Alright, so, we're on Haunt. I sent some of you, if not all of you, the little jumps that I kinda did on this map. A little bit different. Yeah, it's a Twitch. I don't remember. I don't think I sent it to you. I think I sent it to Colors. It's in my
About
Twitch,
what?
and I can send it to him and done. It just goes over like the little jumps that you can do on this map. The most important one is what you're doing right there, is you can actually jump across onto that platform.
Yeah, the gargoyle jump.
Yeah. This map's a little bit different. I mean, it's a cool idea. You pick up the intel in the intel room, and you have to run it to the middle of the cap. If your intel, if you have the intel, they can't cap. So some teams like to get a point and then just hide with the intel so nobody can camp. I don't believe that's considered a glitch or anything like that, so I wouldn't be surprised.
No, that's how it's intended.
Yeah. This map's kind of a weird map because it's very open and yet it's got some decent pinch points. I'm gonna come back to red spawn to start. So like you have your doorways that are very confined and pinchy, and then you have your yard. And it's actually a pretty bad NG map from my experience. I actually played NG on this map my first time playing it in Highlander.
Just lay your
Vitalism,
weapons
that is.
down and walk away.
Unfortunately, I had to deal with some stuff, so I haven't actually played any lobbies on this version. Not gonna lie. So most of this is gonna be based off of Vitalism, but I will also give you guys a chance to talk about your experiences. So, the NG pretty much builds down here. Be smart. You can build on this fireplace now, which I think is probably going to be the popular place. If it's on one of the sides, I mean, if you want to get tricky, you can actually like jump on it from up here. Assuming it's not too far in the corner. I spent a lot of time in IW on this map, and I pretty much always unstealth. Not always. I don't want to say always. I unstealth a lot in here, in the stairwell. Because it's one of the few places out of sight, and it's kind of where you want to be. If the pyro is camping the NG, then you can come up and come through here and try to get behind the combo, which leads us to the middle, which is pretty much the main place where people push. From my experience, teams pretty much fight for up here the entire time, so your combos will be up here. When I'm rolling out, I definitely try to avoid here because there's such big chokes. I always eat spam and just die. Or if I'm dead ringing, I bump into everyone and get lit on fire. So I usually go around, and then like if the pyro's up here, you know, it's gonna be pretty hard to get to the combo. So then a lot of times I'll try to harass the NG. If pyro's by the NG, I try to come up and get some picks up here. You do have like these little alcoves, board, whatever they are here, where you can unstealth kind of out of sight, and then maybe sneak up on them. Also, soldiers like to go from the outside and jump up here and bomb in on you, or on your team. I've even tried to camp in the intel and get some picks on runners. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of last second. I don't really like that.
Yes.
I guess I spend a lot of time just running the outside, trying to avoid getting hit and then getting into the NG. And then like if your scout or someone picks up the intel, you can try to distract and lend support. I do want to go over a couple things in here still. In a red intel. You can spawn camp pretty easily as a spy. You can just kind of cloak by the spawn when they come out and stab them, especially with it not connecting through. In here, if you unstealth in these windows and the sentry's like adjacent where it can see through there, even though you can't see like through this vase, it will shoot you if you're not disguised. Same with the other side. If you're standing over there, a teammate or you, and you're not disguised, it will shoot you. So that's something to keep in mind. One thing I did find is that this vase side, if the sentry's over in the opposite corner, you can actually crouch down to the window and get an angle where you can shoot the sentry. It will try shooting you, but it won't hit you. So that might work once. Imagine any good NG will kind of catch on pretty quick. I guess I don't have like any huge specific scenarios. It's really gonna depend on, once again, how bad your enemy is. I've done a bit of like sapping and running up the stairs and baiting NGs up the stairs if they're dumb enough to chase and not fix their stuff. Or even if they fix it and they chase you up here, you can kind of kill them out of sight of the sentry and go back and get it. I don't have any guest speakers tonight, like, to give their opinion. I don't have a pyro. So, have you guys had a chance to do any lobbies on this map?
Like a Cornish game hen.
Or scrims? Looney has QC'd.
I've scrimmed once, yeah, on this.
What was your feeling of the map?
Well, it was our first scrim on this map, so we were like really uncoordinated and whatever. We were just doing whatever we wanted. And, I don't know, basically, I just used like Cloak and Dagger most of the time. I switched to Deadringer a little, but didn't work out as much. But I feel like Cloak and Dagger is probably like the best, because, I'll just like sap, or I'll tell my team that like I can sap, and then like I just wait for the spire or combo to come, and then I just say, okay, I can sap, and then they'll just tell me to sap, and then I'll do it. It was kind of weird, like, it wasn't that bad to get in, but I felt like I'm not sure if I should go for kills on the combo, because it's so easy, I feel like, on this map. Or just, like, camp the intel and wait for whoever.
Yeah, I had that problem a bit too.
What? I can't hear you, you're, like, super quiet.
I said that I had that problem a bit too.
Like, you don't know what you should be going for?
Yeah, sometimes I would camp the intel and I'd get a pick on usually the scout who would try to come and get it. But sometimes I felt like I should be focusing more on the combo.
I mean, like, the main objective of the map is obviously that you wanna get the intel, but...
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like, I feel like it's so easy to get the combo on this map.
It's really probably going to depend on what each of your teams want you to do. Unfortunately, you're a support class. I mean, Spy can get the intel. The question is, can he run with the intel?
Yeah, like, for my scrim, they started using, like, minis once, and then, like, the NG didn't even stay in the intel room. So, like, all I did was just run up to the intel, and then just, like, take it. And, it was kind of weird. Worked out once, but...
Yeah,
he was switching between level 3s and mini.
It seems
from my experience, NGs get very frustrated on this map because their shit gets blown up all the time.
Yeah, it was like really easy to sap.
So, if you can keep like their combo busy up, like your team up top, and like you have a scout or a soldier with you, like between the two of you, you should be able to get the intel if that's the route you decide to go. Or like if your team just wants to be really aggressive and like if they can get all the way in and just like your entire team camp the intel room and like the spawns and spawn camp them, then like you have that option and you can try to get picks to like help them, you know, move up.
Yeah, it was like most of my scrim I was like trying to get to their intel safely, and then like I would like see the sniper sometimes, so I would like try to kill him. But most of it was just me trying to get into their intel, and then when I did, like I would just go wait for like someone to grab the intel so I can sap.
Yeah, that was something I didn't mention either. This isn't, I guess, a very popular sniper map either. There's the decent spot that we talked about where you can jump on Gargoyle and get up there that snipers and Vitalism used to sit a lot, but because the yard is, I don't know, kind of unclaimed area, then they don't tend to get a whole lot of kills. I could even see a sniper going Huntsman on this map. So like, I don't normally worry about the sniper either. When I've played, I spent most of the time just pissing off the NG.
Yeah, like one thing I noticed about the map is like it's really chaotic, and anybody can be like really anywhere. Like we have like sometimes the sniper would be like right next to our spawn and like no one would notice him.
Yeah,
So there's like a lot of people like out of place that you wouldn't expect.
this is what a lot of people that I've talked to about it, they call just a straight up DM map.
Yeah, kinda.
But I mean, even in those maps, there are strats. Like when I've had trouble getting in here, like their pyro's just on the ball. I'm having trouble getting to the NG. I'm having trouble getting to the combo. I'll spend time just kind of roaming the yard and getting those weird, like straggler picks, like people out of place. Like that's the spy's ideal pick is somebody who's not in position.
Yeah, but the problem with that is like, okay, you're not gonna win with getting random picks. You also still need cap intel.
Right, yeah, and there's also the, you know, if they're not in position, are they actually helping the team?
Yeah. Which is why it was like so weird for me, because I'm not sure whether I should just be like outside trying to help get them kills, or I should just stay in the intel and wait for sap.
I think you should ask your team and see what would benefit them the most, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of it is expectations. I've actually played for Lumi's team because I'm his sub, and I know that they kind of leave you hanging on that team. They just do spy stuff.
Yeah, no, you basically are left to do your own thing.
Which is nice too. I mean, sometimes it's better than teams expecting you to do certain things that just aren't plausible. But like, do you know? I don't even know who the flank is. Like, is your scout pretty flank?
Yeah, Steve C likes to be on the flank. Like, he'll be behind their team like almost all the time.
So like, you could try to coordinate some with him, either like on the fly if he's not gonna really communicate with you, or if you
Yeah,
can't
he doesn't really communicate. Like, I've actually only really done like one coordinated thing with him, and it was just like on Badwater, me just like cloak and daggered behind their combo, and then like he just randomly came in, so I just like got a med pick off the distraction that he did. But it wasn't even coordinated. I just saw that he was like distracting them, so I just went in.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time trying to get my own distractions like that. I know like on teams like Wonderful, Toaster and Noko work very well together. And like they'll Toaster will actually set Noko up. I guess like if you have another scrim or another lobby, try kind of like I said, like the nice thing about the stairwell is that it gives you an option to decide. Am I going for the NG? Am I going for the combo? If your team, if somebody's pushing in to get the intel, support that, because like you said, that's the objective. if your team is engaging up top, then go for a pick. Like, I think you can do both. And the nice thing about doing both is that they don't know what to expect then. Like, I think, too, because of the way the map is, it's very easy to get into a habit and do the same thing over and over again, which ultimately ends up in you dying over and over again. I've also have, like, a little saying that Spy gets harder the longer the match goes, because they, like, catch on to your tricks, and they become more paranoid. Yeah, they adapt, and it's very hard. I find, personally, it's very hard to adapt to their adapting. Yeah, ultimately it is going to depend on your team. You know, QC is a pretty strong team, so like, if it seems like they're struggling up top, I guess like try to make the executive decision, like let's try to take their med. Even if, I mean, it doesn't have to be a med pick, like, oh, their roamer keeps coming and bombing our medic, okay, let's kill the roamer. You know, they're pushing in with crits with a demo, kill the demo. Whatever, like, gives you that advantage. I mean, I've even had teams push off of a pyro pick. Yeah, and then like I do really think that on this map, like, one of the key things is really just pissing off the NG, because the more pissed off he is, the worse and worse he's gonna do, and it's already a terrible NG map. Like, I feel sorry for any NG that has to play this map.
I honestly feel sorry for any class that has to play this map.
Yeah. And like,
I've seen minis though, so they might like doing that.
yeah, I mean, when they go mini, and then like especially they start like with minis, they don't usually stay like in the intel. If they do stay in the intel with mini,
No, they
that's
don't.
awesome. But I mean, like, if they're not in the intel, then that's what you want.
Yeah, but you still can't cap because their combo will be in mid.
And that's when it comes down to coordination. Unfortunately, like, I don't think any one class specifically wins this map, because the DM, like, I've had the intel from like the intel room to the cap point turn over like 5 times. Oh, and that's the other thing with this intel, like, if you drop it, it's like 6 or 7 seconds and it returns.
Yeah, it's very short.
So, I mean, that's something you can do too. Yeah, and like Bone said, I mean, you can always drop it, like, to a scout or something, like meet a scout somewhere, or a soldier, or your demo, if your demo decides to kind of roam and jump, which I don't know if that's the best map for it. Have Matt or Phone, have you had a chance to play this map at all?
No, not at all.
I haven't either.
Alright, yeah, I would definitely recommend, even if it's just a lobby, like, trying to get something in, because it is such a unique map. Unique's the polite word for it.
It's really different.
You know, like, with these stairs too, I've even, like, just walked up the stairs and gotten picks, but a lot of times the pyro will be down here, or the soldier, or the heavy. It's very choky in here. I don't know if I've said that enough. There is huge choke points. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I had, like, somebody else that could speak tonight too on the map, but I don't. Most people have turned me down, so one nice thing about this map, especially like it being this version, most people haven't played Vitalism, and those that have don't realize that Haunt is Vitalism. And a lot of people are going to be uncomfortable. like, I talked to Satan earlier in the week to have him kind of come and talk with us, and he said that he had never played this map before. So like, if you have a strong pyro like Satan who is uncomfortable on this map, that's pretty good for you. I think everybody's going to be uncomfortable, and I think it's going to be easy for teams to get chaotic and comms to get jumbled. And then, you know, that might be a chance to get your med picks. I mean, it's also going to depend on your division, not like, not to do the elitist thing, but like in flat, it's very hard to get a med pick, whereas in silver, they tend to not watch as much for spies. You tend to get more. Yeah, and I mean, focusing on like a strong player isn't a bad thing either.
Oh yeah, that's because X carries his team. He's like him and some other guy, one other guy, I think Corson or something. Are really like the only good people.
Yeah, I don't even remember what team it was that like Mendez was on in S4, and like I literally walked past the medic, like didn't take a med pick just so I could kill him over and over and over again. Kind of ridiculous. Only time I've done it that bad. But like, yeah, I mean, there's certain maps where, or certain teams where I know like their demos, their strongest player. What is it? EBM. EBM is a team that's in gold this season. I played against them in steel. Neon got like double the damage of everybody. Like nobody even came close to his damage in every map. And EBM's a very good team, but he's like obviously the carry of the team. So go for the demo. Or you know, sometimes if you have like sometimes they only have certain classes that spy check. Well, not sometimes, a lot. Like it'll be the pyro is the only person that spy checks, or the heavy and the pyro. And you end up spending the entire time avoiding them. But sometimes, like if you can't get to a pick, just kill them. Like pick them a couple times, and they're already paranoid, and that's gonna piss them off. And then they're either gonna start hunting you, which is gonna mean they're not at their combo, or they're gonna start getting sloppy, and that's gonna give you some combo picks too. I wish I had some more like specific examples on this map. I've died a lot on it, to be honest. I've not had the greatest KDRs, but you're a spy. Oh, these boards, like with the cracks in them up here, if you're not disguised, the sentry will shoot you through the gaps in the walkway in the intel. Reminder for that too. So like, don't think of it's like, well, the chandelier will block it as well, but like, don't go to like shoot the engine, get blown up by the sentry. So that sucks. You know, the nice thing about choke points is if you're comfortable with like side stabs, good area for side stabs, bait somebody right out of a choke and come back. Yeah. Like I said, tonight was gonna be a short night. I don't have any magic advice for this map. Some people say don't die. I say, you know, do what you think your team needs best, and don't worry if you die, because it's gonna happen.
Just lay your weapons down and walk away.
Yeah, it looks like you have some play in the chandelier there, that Mel's doing.
I'm going to gut you like a Cornish game hen. I'm going to gut you like a
I'm
Cornish
not a real,
game
like,
hen.
jumpy spy. Like despite like
Just lay your
stair
weapons
stab,
down
drag
and walk
vids.
away.
Like in actual matches, I don't tend to jump a lot.
Just lay your
If you are
weapons
comfortable with
down
trick
and walk
stabs,
away.
like if you're the next stabby or whatever, the ground's very uneven in this.
I'm going to gut the Cornish.
So like with uneven grounds,
Doctor!
that means you can pretty much trick stab anywhere.
Thank you.
Because I mean, like it only takes a very tiny lip for you to be able to get, you know, enough air to clear. So people might not expect that. So if you haven't played the map, you're welcome to kind of look around and run through stuff. I guess I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about. I'm not gonna just like beat a dead horse and keep trying to come up with stuff. So, any specific questions, anything you notice, any last comments? Alright, so, I wish you all much luck on this map.
You too.
And, I really should know what the next map is. If it's Arctic, there's a little bit more we can do on Arctic. I'm pretty sure the next map we can do something a little bit more than run and die.
I don't think this map is bad for spy.
No, it's really not. In fact, a lot of people are pretty paranoid about spies on this map. So just stay confident. Like I said, don't worry if you die. Everybody else is freaking out too. And use the chaos to your advantage.
Yes.
So, alright, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Like I said,
Thanks
you're
for
welcome.
having me.
Yeah, you're welcome to run around some if you want. I will be around a little bit this weekend. I might even try doing some lobbies on this if you want to join me. Good night, friends.